Once upon a time, in a small village, lived a beautiful girl named Maria. She was 20 years old. Maria had blue eyes and golden hair. Her family was poor, but they were happy. They lived in a small house and loved each other very much. Maria loved to read books. She dreamed of a better life. One day, she went to the village market. There, she met a boy named Steve. Steve was tall and handsome. He had dark hair and a kind smile. Steve came from a rich family. His parents owned a big house and many lands. Maria and Steve became friends. They talked a lot and laughed together. They liked to walk in the fields and by the river. Steve told Maria about his dreams. Maria shared her hopes with Steve. They felt very close to each other. One day, Steve said to Maria, I love you, Maria. Will you marry me? Maria was very happy. She said, Yes, yes, Steve, yes. I love you too. They hugged and dreamed about their future together. But there was a problem. Steve's parents did not like Maria. They thought she was not good enough for their son because she was poor. Steve's mother said, Steve, you cannot marry Maria. She is not from a rich family. Steve's father agreed. Yes, you need to find someone from a rich family. Steve was very sad. He loved Maria and did not want to leave her. He told his parents, I love Maria. She is kind and good. Money is not important, but his parents did not listen. They said, if you marry Maria, we will not support you. Maria knew about the problem. She was very sad. She loved Steve, but she did not want to cause problems for him. She told Steve, maybe it is better if we do not marry. I do not want to make your life difficult. Steve said, no, Maria, I will always love you. We will find a way. Days passed, and Steve tried to convince his parents, but they did not change their minds. Maria's family also knew about the problem. They were worried about Maria. Her mother said, Maria, we love you. We want you to be happy, but maybe it is better to let Steve go. Maria cried many nights. She did not know what to do. She loved Steve, but she did not want to hurt him. One day she decided to talk to Steve. She said, Steve, I love you very much, but I think it is better if we do not marry. Your parents will never accept me. I do not want to make your life hard. Steve was heartbroken. He said, Maria, I cannot live without you, but I understand. I will always love you. They hugged and cried together. They knew their love was strong, but the world was against them. Maria and Steve decided to stay friends. They promised to always support each other, but their hearts were broken. They knew they could never be together. Maria continued to live with her family. She worked hard and helped them. Steve also continued his life, but he always remembered Maria. Years passed, and Maria and Steve still love each other. They never forgot their love. They knew that sometimes love is not enough. They learned that life can be hard, but they always kept their love in their hearts. Maria worked in the village. She helped her family and neighbors. She was kind to everyone. People in the village loved her. They knew she had a good heart. Steve also worked hard. He helped his family with their business. He was kind and fair to everyone. One day, Maria's father became very sick. Maria was very worried. She took care of him day and night. She prayed for him to get better. Steve heard about Maria's father. He wanted to help. He went to see Maria. He said, Maria, I'm sorry to hear about your father. Can I help you? Maria was touched by Steve's kindness. She said, thank you, Steve. Your support means a lot to me. Steve brought medicine and food for Maria's father. He visited them often. Maria's father slowly got better. Maria was very grateful to Steve. She said, Steve, you have a big heart. Thank you for helping us. Steve smiled and said, Maria, I will always be here for you. Maria and Steve spent more time together. They talked about their dreams and hopes. They knew they still loved each other, but they also knew that Steve's parents would never accept their love. They decided to stay friends and support each other. One day, Steve had to go to the city for work. He told Maria, I have to leave for a while, but I will write to you. Maria was sad but understood. She said, I will miss you, Steve. Please take care. Steve hugged Maria and said, I will miss you too. I will come back soon. Steve went to the city. He worked hard and learned many new things. He wrote letters to Maria. He told her about his life in the city. Maria wrote back to Steve. She told him about her life in the village. They shared their thoughts and feelings through letters. Time passed and Steve became successful in his work. He saved money and helped his family, but he never forgot Maria. He still loved her and thought about her every day. Maria also thought about Steve. She missed him but was happy to hear about his success. One day, Steve decided to visit the village. He wanted to see Maria. He went to her house and knocked on the door. Maria opened the door and was surprised to see Steve. She said, Steve, you are back. Steve smiled and said, Yes, Maria, I missed you. They talked for a long time. Steve told Maria about his life in the city. Maria told Steve about her life in the village. They laughed and shared their memories. Steve said, Maria, I still love you. I want to be with you. Maria was happy but worried. She said, Steve, I love you too. But what about your parents? Steve said, I have saved money. I can support us. I don't need my parents' approval anymore. Maria was touched by Steve's determination. She said, Steve, I'm proud of you, but I don't want to cause problems for you. Steve replied, Maria, you are my happiness. I want to be with you. Maria and Steve decided to be together. They knew it would not be easy, but they were ready to face the challenges. They got married in a small ceremony with their family and friends. Maria's family was very happy for her. They knew Steve was a good man. Steve's parents were not happy about the marriage. They did not attend the ceremony. Maria and Steve moved to the city. They started a new life together. They worked hard and supported each other. They faced many challenges, but their love kept them strong. They knew that as long as they had each other, they could overcome anything. Years passed, and Maria and Steve built a happy life together. They had children and taught them the value of love and kindness. They never forgot their journey and the challenges they faced. They knew that true love is strong and can overcome any obstacle. Maria and Steve grew old together. They looked back on their life with happiness and pride. They knew that their love had made them better people. They were grateful for each other and the life they had built together. They knew that true love never dies, and they found peace in the knowledge that their love had made their lives meaningful and beautiful.